All right, let's go ahead and I'm not sure if the last recording that we had for this playthrough, if we already did this part and it didn't save, but we'll just go
For
back.
the Emperor!
We'll go back through and do their level up. So this is perfect. Let's see what we have here. Can we not go this way? All right, let's see. Contempt. It says whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals an additional TGH bonus damage. Toughness defines how. Okay, let's see what our toughness is. It's at 45, so it does bonus toughness damage. That's contempt. Enrage. If the warrior has less than 50%, it's tough plus agility. Epicenter of slaughter, which you already have this feature. Desolation. The warrior deals an additional plus agility bonus damage. No. The warrior gains +1 damage deflection. I think this is what we did on the I think this is what we picked. I'm just trying to look through and see what these other. It will not die. What is this? Nah, we'll go with the we'll go with the thick skin. That'll keep my guy tanky, which we seen in the last battle. Even with the last fight, we were still able to stand there, so that's good. And then weapon skill reflects a character's competence in all forms of close combat. It increases their parry and reduces enemy parry and dodge chance against melee attacks. It also increases the chances of scoring a critical hit. And then what's this one? Toughness defines how easily a character can shrug off injuries. For each bonus point of toughness, the characters gain a +10% wounds. It also affects the carouse. This skill is affected by toughness. Okay. So I think we're gonna go with do we want to get the weapon skill up or the toughness? We'll hit this one. We'll go weapon skill because I want no, yeah. Now I'll go with weapon skill toughness. Because we just got the toughness upgrade. We'll go with that just to double it up. See, we got the tough skin, and yeah. Let's see what happens. See, it went up +5, and this went up +5, which is good. Yeah. And then let's see. Another thing I was doing, I was looking at the classes because when I do my other playthrough, I wanted to see exactly what type they were. Let's see, summary. What does this do? He is... What is he? Is he a naval officer? What is he? He's from the Imperial world. And he's a Navy officer, so he has that branch. Yeah. So, for him, we're going to go... The warrior deals an addition... agility is low. What's good on him? He has... Toughness is up to 50. If the warrior has... Let's see, contempt. The warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals an additional... I could have got that. Yeah, his toughness is definitely up, so... With open engagement. Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain a +1 stack of epicenter of slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains plus temporary wounds for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed the warrior's toughness bonus. Enrage is toughness bonus plus agility. Critical hit chance. Contempt. Let's do this one. Okay, we'll go contempt. And then his toughness is off the charts. Let's go weapon skill for you. There we go. All right, she's forsaken. She's from the Forsaken world and unsanctioned psyker. So this kind of gives me a chance to mess around with this different abilities. So when I try to do my psyker run, I'll know what to do. But I think she's plus 20 and plus. Man, that's good. Her willpower is up to 60. Perception. Intelligence is a measurement of the character's acumen. And knowledge, it also affects the lore. Describes how well a character perceives their surroundings. Let's get that up. Hers is 55. That's good. Let's go next. And then they really didn't give me any kind of recommendations for this one, so enemies gain no melee superiority bonuses against this character. I like that. I think we'll go with that. Combat master with her, or it will not die. The character gains plus 5 weapon skills. The character may improve any trained characteristic if their archetype origin does not allow it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Was that a good move or not? So she's Imperial. She's Adeptus Auritus. She's a soldier. So let's give her ballistic skill. I think that increases the range, right? A ballistic skill indicates that the character is a Deadeye. Perfect. That's what we want. And then what's this one? Rapid reload. Racking. Exploit surroundings. I think I like camaraderie. Rack and ruin. Let's try this. It says after the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains plus 10 BS bonus. Yep, let's try that. All right, we ready to rock now. Let's go.
Look no further.
The Emperor sets my
faith is my shield.
We don't have any med kits. What's this? Handwritten letter. Can't do nothing with that. We'll sort it later. She has a crippled arm. It's permanent? We can't fix that either. I mean, this is the beginning of the game and she's got that freaking thing.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay, I think on the end of our last one, I did go and sit down and become the freaking greatest being on this game. I think we ascended into our role as the rogue trader, so let's go ahead and
Let the faith guide
recreate
my
that
path to glory.
scenario.
The heir is dead. He
So
sacrificed
I didn't
himself
know that
to save the entire dynasty.
I didn't know my saved characters
A
from the
noble
beta
deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
was still available. I didn't know my beta characters were still saved, which is cool. Master Helmsman system status report. This is by the Emperor. It's essential living and breathing. The white-haired man with the sickly pale skin salutes you. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for Thrawn. Alright, that says, how did you people survive in here? He said we must have been in Providence. It's better to have been an Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then I prayed for rescue. Alright, so we read this yesterday, so I'm not reading all this again. Yesterday, by the time I was done doing this reading, my voice was done. It says, restore the Vox channel to the Navigator Sanctum. Ready the crew, prepared for translation. I'm ready to begin the ritual. Since we already done this, I'm trying to get just back to where we're at. I gotta sit up here and take my rightful place. Yeah, we already did this, so we're just gonna skip through this. What do you want with me? We already seen that part. We've done all of this, so let's just get to the crowning.
As first, by right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision. It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Might have to hit them up with that. Okay, we should be where we left off in our last episode. Those that went through and watched those playthroughs. So This is all new material. Says the deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Albert's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. You had us worried for a few hours there. Albert offers a thin smile, but after witnessing you fearlessly rush into the fray on deck, the only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fighting was all over. Such fortitude is most admirable in a Lord Captain. It says you must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck plans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. It says, how do we come to lose so many officers? What is on the agenda? Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitvir? Wait, there's an altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish. No. I'm ready to start the briefing. Okay, let's see. Let's find out how we lost officers. It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that their informant on board was our own Master Whisper. This is what is on the agenda. Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. Even so, far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have honor of beholding the visage of the Lord Captain. Alright, let's see. Have you found the dude? He says no. In all commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's main corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers all that he has wrought. Alright. I'm ready to start the briefing. So we're going to be like, I'm not joking around with these people. With a gesture, Albert relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Yeah. Alright. It says you have found a consumable item. What did we find? A dozen pairs of eyes before you. The expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers. You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Deacon von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would be introduced to those present. As you wish. Vigdis Suri Atta of the Tomlin line. They got some long names, bro. It's an honor to serve your lordship. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I'm your eyes and mouth. That we have Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. Hail, Lord Captain. This ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's safe in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factorum Janus Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. He looks a little sneaky. It's an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done in the highest standard. Okay. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for artillery aboard. The Infernus Master whose crew worked to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the drive's master servant of the Omnissiah, a supernatural entity, god of all knowledge, worshipped by the Adeptus Mechanis. The three officers salute you. The drive master offers a salute resembling a dance involving the complicated manipulation of all the tech priest mechadrites. Mechadendrites. There we go. Mechadendrites. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valacius protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Voigtveer's treachery. I'll deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it's possible to do so. All others present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of proceedings. Well, I got to hear these reports. We got to see what's going on. It says, I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Central and the High Factorum. Okay. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus master and his next three deputies expired in line of duty. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Let's hear the rest of them. We're toiling a day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rycat Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to Winterscale. Alright, a subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the rogue trader, which I'll handle. Especially true given Calagios Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet. Alright, let's see. The Drives Master. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble voyage ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With the great sorrow, I must also report that the engine seer, prime overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among our comrades aboard whose expertise or experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen. We require a replacement as soon as possible. Alright, let's see. We're going to get a little translation. The ship's most senior tech priest, most senior both in rank and experience, is dead. If we do not find a replacement, we will be unable to resolve the problems with the warp engine. Okay. Deliver your status. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ships sound more or less, but without the engine seer, prime, and navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was Navis Nobilite Station. The station maintains complex Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we could go around and around the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Promethean and supplies last. And if any thick ass grok shit lowlight, well, yeah, he's a little bit out of control. No, my job's simple: maintain the arsenal and fire when I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, so we got to do some recruiting. Did you forget yourself? So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all the pent up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Who are you, bruh? Silence. Enforcer sees the mutineer. Nah, we ain't doing that. Where did we find this consumable? It keeps showing up. What the hell's consumable? Damn. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your Lordship, I humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Nah, we gonna keep him. At least he said he said what was wrong. He tripping though. But we're dogmatic, so execute him. Consider it done. Take him away. We just get him up out of here. Dogmatic people, that's how they have to rock. So we already walked through fire. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go full zealot. Kill him. The Britter. I don't think I did that on my beta playthrough or alpha, whichever one. But this time, I'm just gonna go ahead and lean into the character. So if y'all don't like that, this is what the playthrough is for. It's to define the role and to play it. That's what we're doing. So it says, to summarize, we've sustained serious losses in crew members and we require a new Engineer Prime and Navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home of the only dockyard in the sector, but we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I see the Vox Master on this point, Mistress Tolman. We are in the Riker star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your Lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and this is Rycat Minoris itself also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs, which is that sensory technology that allows voice ships to scan planets. Okay, so they have been intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and a new crew member, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you for all your reports. Alright, so looks like this episode was a lot of dialogue and talking. So we have to go ahead and get ready to land on the planet. Let's see what this last bit is before we end the episode. It says, Your Lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to the system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. And I should tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Cronus Expanse. Alright, I'll be honored to fulfill the Inquisitor's commission. What is it? Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix van Callen, an interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to footfall in the Forbundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but the Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Noblite or the governor of Reichart Minors, may know something. Let me get something to drink. All right. So that is all of it. Your Lordship, you have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valicious Proctorate. Alright, your sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, the sister's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. It says, her glazed eyes over those assembled. One word burst from her lips: daybreak. Come to your senses. Damn it. Your Lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard my head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way. I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out: daybreak, or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, mistress? No, not yet anyway. The voices are gone. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I report it all right. Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into the future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Bro, you didn't miss the briefing. What is you doing? Lord Captain, if I may steal just one more moment of your time, the matter is rather delicate and it concerns trophies that were left after the battle on the ship. One trophy in particular, I should say. I retrieved a blade fragment from one of those bodies on the bridge. A curious article. I saw the need to keep it safe in case it should be of interest to you. Get rid of it immediately. Huh. We could take it, but we going full dogmatic. Get rid of it. This is, of course, your lordship. I will see to it immediately. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stop this episode here. That was a lot of dialogue, so hopefully when we get started back up, we'll go ahead and get ready to go to the planet and see what's going on down below. If you guys do like this content, please hit the like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to be notified of any content that we drop in the future. It looks like the story is going to start picking up since we have done most of the reports and everything. So I look forward to seeing what's coming up, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.